Were you like me before where you really have trouble laying out your Midjourney images? For example, on the fourth one right here, you'll see Batman on the farthest right. On the middle one, on the second option or second images, it's gonna be exactly in the middle. On this one, it's about slightly a third to the right, where it's even hard time comprising or navigating where to put Batman or rather the subject of your photos. So worry not, I'm gonna teach you right now how to fix this or really master controlling where to put your subject. Because in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to try these tips and Midjourney composition prompts for better image AI layout. You heard it right? We're gonna focus on layout right now or repositioning. So on this video right now, I have already created or generated some images to work with here and some samples to go through each one of them. So let's start with the very first one. So on the very first one, I typed in a woman outside the rain. Pretty simple prompt, nothing else inside it. It's a pretty straightforward prompt. And as you can see right here, I have one that is on the blurred background, focusing on the woman. I have one that's not really looking at me, and it's on the left side. I have one on the middle or a third fraction on the right. And of course, I have one on the very farthest left, which is pretty annoying a bit because this will take a bunch of trial and error to get that specific image positioning we want or layout, if you may. So this is gonna be again a pretty plain one. So this is gonna be default prompt. We're gonna use this prompt along the way until the end of the video. So please stay until the end because I'm gonna share you a tip on how to properly crop your photo in a very automatic level and also how to get the full quality of your images on Midjourney. So please stay and let's get started. So again, this is my default prompt. I'm gonna use this one along the way. And here is my second one. For the first one, we're gonna focus on portrait. As you can see right here, I've added portrait with the woman outside the rain. If I click on it, even though it's not really positioned right now, I can now see the face. It's technically looking at me, the subject, right? Even though it's on the left side or it's on the right side right there or it's clearly focused, this is now one of the tips. Include the word portrait on your prompts. And next one, let's move on. Close up. Again, it's gonna be the same prompt. I've just changed the man to a Roman to a man. Basically, it's still the same prompt. If I highlight on this one, it's basically the same as portrait. But for this one, I can see the details much further. This one right here, you can see the nose having a drip of water. This one right here, you can see the sweat. Because basically, this is gonna be close up. And that is tip number 2 for you. So first one is portrait, second is close up. Next one, use close-up shot. Again, same prompt. Click it right there. So it's going to be a close-up shot, a man outside in the rain. So it's the same as close-up. However, for this one, it's a bit more good-looking for me. It's an upgraded version of close-up. So close-up shot and close-up are somewhat identical in a way, or let's consider them an upgraded version of the latter. And that being said, as you can see here before I proceed in the video, you'll see that everything I do here is based on the prompt. I don't do anything with the process. I don't click any settings or so on and so forth. I only navigate on the prompts. I just add some words, some phrases regarding the prompt, right? And that is my point here. You don't have to click on settings. You don't have to stress out on the manual labor or anything on the process here. Just focus on the words because again, Midjourney is just an AI. It doesn't really know what we're thinking, so you might help it out a little bit, right? So that's the idea of this video. Help Midjourney a little bit to get your quality photos you're looking for. Next up, after close-up, we're gonna go for aerial view with this one. As you can see right there, aerial view amount outside the rain. If I highlight this one, you'll see it's really on top. It's gonna be aerial view. However, it's a pretty good one even though you're not seeing the face because, again, it's aerial view. So, let's move on with the next one. This is gonna be selfie. A man outside in the rain. If I enlarge it, you'll see it's gonna be a selfie. It's just much like a close-up photo. But for this one, the difference is that it's looking directly on the camera. Even though the first one is not though, the 3 photos or 3 results are looking directly in the camera. So next up, after selfie, this is gonna be top view of a man. It's much like aerial. If you go back on aerial shot right there, this is much farther and this is going to be top view. So I think the difference is the zoom in action. Aerial is much more zoomed out and top view is much more zoomed in. Now, since this is top view of a man, how about we change the prompt a little bit now? So after top view, a man outside the rain, let's try another one. Let's mix things up. How about let's try another character? So on the next one, I've used top view, an alien dressed in a casual suit. So basically, I've still used the top view option we're still using. The prompts that were here, however, I've changed the subject to an alien and edited a little bit on the dress and casual suit. So as you can see, if I enlarge it, it's now looking towards it. It's still top view though. You can see on the third one's laying down. On the other three, they're looking up. So I want to highlight that there's going to be a difference depending on your subject. Because you've highlight here dressed in a casual suit. You won't see casual suit if it's going to be the same as the one here, right? So Midjourney helped us to emphasize the casual suit on this one, that's why it's looking up. However, if I wanted to a little bit more referencing this one, I can do this one right here. Top view, an alien dressed in a casual suit. Again, I've to top view. So basically right there, I reinforced the top view motion in Midjourney. I told Midjourney that I want top view. That is why this is the one I have right now. And basically with that one, that's the idea here. You can reinforce your sections here or your prompts, or you can combine them. For example, top view and then you put right here portrait or top view closed up. You can combine them, okay? Not just use them individually. And moving on with the next one, we have right here epic wide shot, woman outside the rain. So we went back with the one earlier. If I enlarge it, it is a wide shot outside the rain. That is basically it. And basically we just move on. This is right now is a full shot, a woman outside the rain. So they're the same. However, if you check on wide shot, it's more on the background. You can see the background a little bit more. Comparing it on the full shot of a woman, it's a bit more closed up. Even though the first one is a bit weird, the three ones under here are good. Especially this one right here. I think this is a celebrity. Anyway, moving on. For the next one, this is medium shot. So I have epic shot, I have full shot, and right now I have medium shot. So with this one, it's a bit more zoom in. That's the idea, right? Of course, since I have close up earlier, right now I have extreme close up. And this is gonna be it, extreme close up, a woman outside the rain. So there is a bunch of things to work here. So these are just the tips that I'm willing to give you. So please take note about them, have fun, and explore some more if you can find some more on your end. But these tips right here are like a beginner. I'm just telling you how to work the ropes here, right? So let's move on. After extreme close-up, we have low angle shot. This one right here, it's basically one of the best angle shots in photography. Because I have a hobby of photography right now, and low angle shots is one of my favorite. Especially this one right here, the first one. I like it so much. As you can see right here, it's still being used as a for word. I haven't used it as a process. I did not touch anything regarding the settings and so on and so forth. Moving on, this is high angle shot. Since I have low angle, I have high angle right now. I enlarge it. It's just like a top view, but for this one, it's a bit zoomed in. Pretty awesome, right? Especially the last one right here. Let's move on. This is now gonna be landscape. As you can see on the prompt over here, it's gonna be landscape shot of a woman outside the rain. It's much more on the background. It's giving, for example, this one right here. The red hair is contemplating the red background, especially this one right here. So it's much more referencing the background as it is. That is landscape shot for you. It's more on the photography or cinematic side, right? Let's move on with the next one. We're gonna call this rule of thirds composition shot. For all the photographers out there, I know you know this. Rule of thirds is basically moving your subject a little bit to the right or a third of the photo. That is what I was mentioning earlier. You can control where you want to put your subject. This one right here is a little bit on the right, especially this one right here also. Now moving on with the next one. So for the next one, I've used rule of thirds, another one. However, for this one, I've added this aspect ratio, 3.2 or 3:2. Or 3 is the 2 if you want to call it like that. If I enlarge it, you'll see it's a bit more on the right side also. It's right now highlighting a third of the photo much better because Using rule of third of the photo as it is not working properly. It's not really obvious if you're gonna ask me. So I've added or reinforced it with aspect ratio. So please take note about that one. Moving on, this is now gonna be depth of field. If you notice, on the very first prompts we were using earlier, the keywords are in front of the sentence, or prompt if you may. On this example, the keywords are at the end. Because this is much more better, because earlier I've used it on the front, and it is really not good. There's no difference. It's like it's zero or nothing was added. So I've tried it at the end, and this is our result, depth of field. Basically, this is a background blurred parameter. Okay? Moving on. A woman outside the rain, this is a symmetrical balance. So basically, a symmetrical balance is giving both asymmetrical lines. As you can see right here, it's much blurry on the background and a little bit more blurry on the face of the subject also. This is also good, the first one, okay? Let's move on with asymmetrical, or symmetrical rather. This is now perfectly in the middle, as you can see in the second photo right there, and this last one right here. Everything here is symmetrical. That's the idea. Moving on, this is now figure to ground. Last option, or rather last prompt I can give you, is gonna be figure to ground. If you highlight on this one, it's much more on the background. If what it looks like in the background itself, it will contemplate the subject. There is no, what they call this one, focus on the subject itself. Everything here is raining, even the face, even the person itself has rain in it. That is figure to ground itself. Now, some additional settings for you, some tips and advice. I suggest type this one first, settings. We want to check something very quickly here. So if you type in settings, make sure you have remix mode on. This one right here. Make sure this is green, because it's a very good option. So let me just highlight one thing here. This one right here. I'm gonna upscale this one, okay? Give me a second, the second one I think, and wait for it to upscale. So since I have this right now, I can now remix it. For example, if I want it to be varied and change everything, for example, I want this as an alien, I can simply do so. So you can choose two tools, the square or the lasso. I'm gonna go with the lasso right there. I'm gonna make sure all of the face is covered perfectly. And then with this one, again, it's gonna be rule of thirds composition, shot of a man outside the rain. How about this one? Let's make it rule of thirds composition shot of an alien, like so, outside the rain. I'm gonna click on enter and see how it works out. I'll get back to you once it's here. So welcome back to the video. Remember this photo? Check on the alien skin right now. Here we have it. It's a pretty weird one. It looks like an alien. This one looks like a mask though, but this two right here, or this three, is an alien. Now you can edit some more, just make sure you have remix mode enabled. For example, let's try one more example. Let's focus on this alien right now. You see his hands, right? I want him to hold something for me. So I'm gonna vary region one more time. And then for this example, again, I'm gonna use the lasso tool. I'm just gonna highlight everything here. Perfect. Make sure it's highlighted. There you have it. If I want to highlight a bit more, I'm just gonna use the box icon right there. And basically with this one, top view of an alien dressed in a casual suit, I'm gonna remove everything. Holding a camera. Like so. Because I only highlighted that one. If I input the same prompt of a top view of an alien, it will give me top view of an alien on that specific region. So I just wanted to hold the camera on that specific highlighted region. Click on enter. And let's wait for the magic to happen. I'll get back to you once it's here. So welcome back to the video. Here is a result regarding an alien holding a camera. It's not much obvious, but there is a camera right there, right? Again, that is the very region for you. Just make sure you have remix mode enabled. Now let's move on with another one. So as you can see right here, I'm still waiting and trying one more alien holding a camera on this option right there. Let's move on with the next option. Basically, if you want to move your or pan your images, give me a second here. This one right here. You can upscale it to subtle or creative, up to you. You can zoom in or zoom out if you want. These are the options I was telling you about earlier. This is now the part where you are gonna metric or touch the metrics, because earlier we're only touching the prompts, right? you can pan right a little bit to move the image a little bit to the right. Like so, click submit, and let's wait for the magic to happen. I'll get back to you once it's here. So welcome back in the video. Here is the alien earlier that is upscaled by our metrics. And here is the original photo. Let me just pull it up. As you can see right there is very much difference. The detail is much more good, especially the one on the bonnet or the hat. Now let me highlight the pan right motion. Give me a second here. Let me enlarge this one. This is the original photo. Let me zoom out. Give me a second. So as you can see in the original photo, there is no person or people on the right. However, for the pan right motion metrics, there is now some people right there. You can see some shops, some more space going on. And that being said, those are the metrics you want to take care of. Please take note about that one, and basically we're done here. So for those people who are still here at the end of the video, here are some additional tips and tricks for you a little bit more. So don't save the image, because usually you just enlarge it, right click and save image, right? Please don't do that. Avoid this one. You will not get the full quality of the photo. Rather, click on open browser and you'll have this one open in a new tab. So this is the part where you save it. Save image as, and with this one, make sure it's PNG, okay? Save it on your computer. That is the way to save images in Midjourney to get the full quality photo. Now, let's add some more here. If you want to crop it, the photo, you just want this guy right here, I have the perfect tool for you. This one right here. So this is going to be Adobe Express. It's a free online image cropper. Click your photo right there, upload your photo. And basically for this one, you can drag it. Let me just drag my photo right there, the one we have earlier. Downloads, drag it over here, uploading the file. And with this one, it's going to be just basically cropping everything. This is the tools. If I want to crop it like so, simply click on download. And basically that's it. I have the new file on my PC ready to go. Let me just open it, compare it with the original one. There we have it. It's now cropped, it's much more zoomed in, it's much more better for me. That being said, please take note about the things and tips and tricks I gave you here and have fun. Again, the limit here would be your imagination. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye for now.